let's talk about the 7 cheapest neighborhoods in Philadelphia. All right, so the 7 cheapest neighborhoods in Philadelphia. Now, how did we decide what's cheapest? So the overall cost of living, that's the number one. What is the cost of living to live in that neighborhood? We also looked at the rent to income ratio and the median home value to income ratio. Now, we used the census data, and we also used data from the US labor statistics. All right, so coming in at number 7, we got Marconi Plaza and Carroll Park area. We got about 6,000 people living in that section of our fair city. The average income is right around $70,000, and the average price point comes in at just over $100,000. There is only a 3% unemployment rate in that section of the city, which is 42% less than that is across the United States. You got 67%, about 2/3 of the homes are owned by the owners and live in by the owners. So you got about 1/3 of the houses that are for rent there. And you do have a 1 in 26 chance of being a victim of crime. So it gets a solid B on crime, maybe a C+ if you want to get fancy about it. But the crime rate is a little bit higher in this area. For whatever reason, it's the truth. We bring you information, we bring you the truth, but that's what makes Marconi Plaza coming in at number 7. All right, so moving right along at number 6. Number 6, we got Richmond. Now, that's a pretty big area of the city. You got about 92,000 people living there, but it brings it in at number 6 with a median home value right at around $92,000 and a median, an average income in that certain area of the city right around $50,000. So the cost of living in Richmond is 8% lower than the rest of the city, so it's not a huge difference, but the crime rate is about 14% higher than an average around the city. So again, we're giving it a C on the crime, not super bad area, but also not the greatest as far as crime goes. But there's some great values in homes, excellent cost of living, tons of opportunity, and a lot of people own their homes in Richmond area as well. And those homeowners enjoy about a 37% less expensive home in Richmond when compared to the rest of the city. All right, so working our way up to number 1 or working our way down to number 1? We're working our way down to number 1. Coming in at number 5, we've got Eastwick. Love Eastwick. It's such a great part of the city, and according to census data and labor data, it's one of the cheapest parts of Philadelphia. You got about 10,000 people living in Eastwick. Average price point of home is just under $150,000, and that gets you a great spot. 3 bedrooms, sometimes multiple baths, off-street parking. Eastwick is right near Delaware County, so it sort of has the best of both worlds. You get some of the great things having to do with, say, Delaware County or the suburbs, but still live in the city and not have those high taxes. It's predominantly an industrial area, but it's very convenient to the Philadelphia airport. The people in Eastwick are really loving and really caring. It's a great, tight-knit community, which makes Eastwick the cheapest, or one of the cheapest spots to live in Philadelphia. All right, coming in at number 4, Westside. With a population of 27,000 people, average income is just around that $40,000 mark. Average price point of homes is just under $100,000. Got a solid C on the crime. There's new people moving to that area all the time. It's a great spot as far as location goes. Excellent area to get you in and around the city and into the suburbs. Westside is a super diverse area, and there's a lot of being built up around there. So it's a great spot to invest your money as well. But it brings in at number 4 for the cheapest neighborhoods to live in Philadelphia. All right, coming in with our top 3. Number 3, we got Oak Lane. Got East Oak Lane, West Oak Lane. We're just gonna call it Oak Lane. Okay, with about 42,000 people, great bang for your buck, excellent cost of living average, got an average price point of homes in that $135,000 range, super great deals in that price point. It's really a residential area, but it's super close to some of the counties as well. So it's just a great blend of the best of both worlds. Maybe you're commuting to Jersey, or maybe you're commuting to outside of the city, or maybe you're commuting to Center City. Gives you a great bang for your buck. Oak Lane, East Oak Lane, West Oak Lane. Got a solid B on the crime scale. You totally got everything you need in this area. There's plenty of gas stations and foods and shopping centers. Now you do have to drive to a lot of these different locations. It's not super walkable in these areas, but that's what makes the cost of living so low. You give a little to get a little, as they say, right? 10% less on home prices as the rest of the city, which makes Oak Lane a great spot to keep it at number 3 as the cheapest neighborhood in Philadelphia. All right, so coming in at number 2, the cheapest neighborhood to live in Philadelphia, we got Hannington and Carroll Park. We got about 35,000 people living in the Carroll Park area with an average price point under $100,000 for homes, which is a third less than most of the houses in the city of Philadelphia. Average income of just under $40,000. It's a super condensed area, but a really diverse area as well. There's something always happening in Carroll Park area. The neighbors are really cool. The people in that section of the city, and really anywhere in the city, are super nice, super friendly, and super easy to get along with. You do have a solid C on crime. With such a condensed area, there's a lot of things happening. So it's certainly not a big surprise, but you've got almost a 50% less cost of living in the Carroll Park area, which makes it a phenomenal, cheap place to live in our city. All right, and is there a drum roll, please? Coming in at number one, Philadelphia, we got Allegheny West. Got about 18,000 people living in Allegheny West with a median home value just under $70,000 and an average median income right in that $28,000 range. There's a super variety of stores and restaurants and different places to go. Some of it is walkable, but a lot of it, even if you didn't want to walk there, there's a ton of public transportation in that general area. Cost of living is 85% of the city is more expensive to live, which brings Allegheny West in at number 1. If you wanted us to dive deep in any of these other areas, or you wanted us to maybe focus in on a different area, or you're wondering how cheap is a certain area of the city, give us a call, shoot us a text, hit that comment button, click that like button, and while you're down there, hit subscribe. It helps our channel. You can also call, email, text us anytime. I'm Gregory Martyr, your local real estate expert here in the Philadelphia area, and we're happy to help and glad to do it. My team and I work all nights and weekends. We're always here to help. You can call, email, text, send us a letter, send us a fax. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you on the next one.